Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we have something incredibly exciting for all you coin collectors, treasure hunters, and everyday folks who may have a hidden gem sitting right in your pocket or old change jar. We're talking about the 1976 Lincoln 1-cent penny, but not just any penny. This one has no mint mark, and it could be worth as much as $48,576 today. That's right, a single penny that might just make you rich. In this video, we'll go deep into the history of this coin, why the absence of a mint mark matters so much, the fascinating journey of Lincoln cents over the decades, and most importantly, what makes this particular 1976 no mint mark penny so valuable in today's coin market. So stay tuned, because by the end of this video, you'll know exactly what to look for and maybe even how to sell it for top dollar. History of the Lincoln cent. Let's begin with a little history. The Lincoln penny was first introduced in 1909 to celebrate the 100th anniversary of President Abraham Lincoln's birth. It was the first regular-issue U.S. coin to feature a real person's likeness and quickly became a historic and cultural icon. The original 1909 Lincoln cent featured the famous wheat ears reverse design, which remained until 1958. In 1959, to celebrate Lincoln's 150th birthday and the 50th anniversary of the coin itself, the reverse was changed to feature the Lincoln Memorial, the design most of us are familiar with today. By 1976, the Lincoln Memorial reverse had been in circulation for 17 years. The coins were mostly produced at 3 U.S. mint locations: Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. Coins struck in Denver carried a small D mint mark. Coins struck in San Francisco had an S, and those minted in Philadelphia traditionally had no mint mark at all. Why no mint mark matters now? Here's where things get interesting. While it was normal for Philadelphia to issue pennies without a mint mark, not all no mint mark coins are equal. The majority of 1976 Lincoln pennies are extremely common and carry little more than face value, maybe a few cents if they're in high uncirculated grades. But every once in a while, a coin is struck with such precision, such rarity, or such unusual error that it becomes a standout piece. The 1976 no mint mark Lincoln penny we're talking about today is one of those special coins. What sets it apart is not just the missing mint mark, which again is standard for Philly minted coins, but the condition, rarity, and potentially unique die characteristics or production anomalies that elevate its market value to over $48,000. Grading and condition. Let's talk about grading. Coin grading is an essential part of understanding value. The most recognized scale is the Sheldon scale, which ranges from 1 to 70, with 70 representing a perfect, flawless, mint state coin. For the 1976 no mint mark Lincoln cent, lower grade examples are not rare. But if your coin is in MS 67 or higher, especially with full red luster referred to by collectors as red or RD, then you might be holding onto something truly special. It's coins like this, graded by professional services like PCGS or NGC at MS 67 RD or MS 68 RD, that command such extraordinary prices. Record sale and value according to market records and auction listings. An exceptionally well-preserved 1976 no mint mark Lincoln penny in red MS 67 condition once sold for an astonishing $48,576. That sale shocked the numismatic community and drew a lot of attention to this seemingly ordinary date. But again, this value isn't just about the date or the absence of a mint mark. It's about near-perfect condition, demand among collectors, population reports showing very few and high grades, and sometimes even provenance. If your coin is certified and graded at a similar level, you could be looking at a small fortune. Coin collectors prize these examples because they represent a rare chance to own a nearly perfect piece of American minting history. How to identify and sell yours. So, how do you know if you have one of these valuable coins? First, check the date. Make sure it's 1976. Then look below the date. If there's no D or S mint mark, and the coin has that bright red copper color with no signs of wear, you may be onto something. Use a magnifying glass or microscope to check the sharpness of the details, Lincoln's coat, hair, the steps of the Lincoln Memorial on the reverse. If everything looks crisp and clean, it's time to take it to a professional coin dealer or submit it to a third-party grading service like PCGS or NGC. Once your coin is graded and encapsulated, you can consider auctioning it through reputable platforms like Heritage Auctions, Stack's Bowers, or even eBay if you know what you're doing. The 1976 no-mint mark Lincoln penny may look like just another penny to the average person, but to the trained eye, it could be a life-changing treasure. With a recorded market value reaching as high as $48,576, this little copper coin proves once again that the world of numismatics is full of surprises, history, and hidden gems. So next time you're sorting through spare change, don't dismiss the pennies, especially those from 1976, without a mint mark. You just might be holding onto a small piece of American history that's worth a small fortune. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this deep dive into one of America's most valuable pennies, be sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel for more hidden coin stories, and drop a comment below if you've ever found a rare penny or have questions about your own collection. Until next time, keep hunting and happy collecting. Hello, coin collectors, treasure hunters, and curious minds from around the world. Welcome back to our channel, where we dive deep into the fascinating world of rare coins, hidden gems, and the incredible stories behind the change that might just be sitting in your pocket. Today's episode is about one of the most iconic and valuable coins ever discovered from modern U.S. history, the 1970 no-mint mark Lincoln 1-cent penny. A coin that's turning heads in the collector's market and commanding prices upwards of $84,687 in recent auctions. That's right, a single penny, 1 cent, potentially worth nearly $85,000. So sit back, grab your favorite beverage, and join us as we uncover everything you need to know about this phenomenal coin, its origin, design, minting error, rarity, how to identify it, and how much it could be worth if you are lucky enough to find one. Historical background. Let's rewind the clock to 1970, a pivotal year in U.S. history. Richard Nixon was president, the Vietnam War was in full swing, and American culture was undergoing tremendous transformation. It was also the year that the U.S. Mint was producing billions of Lincoln cents across multiple facilities: Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. The Lincoln cent had already been in circulation since 1909, created to commemorate the 100th birthday of President Abraham Lincoln, making it the first U.S. coin to feature a real historical figure. Designed by Victor David Brenner, the obverse, or front, of the coin features Lincoln's portrait, while the reverse in 1970 still showcased the Lincoln Memorial, a design introduced in 1959 to celebrate Lincoln's 150th birthday. Now, here's where things get interesting. Most of the 1970 pennies were minted at the San Francisco Mint and bear the S mint mark, or at the Denver Mint with the D. However, there are a very small number of 1970 pennies that were minted without any mint mark at all, and these came from the Philadelphia Mint. What's unusual is not just the lack of a mint mark, but a specific and rare variety of this no-mint mark penny that includes a double die, more on that in a moment, and it's this combination of rarity, minting mistake, and historical significance that has pushed its value to incredible heights. What makes the 1970 NO mint mark penny so valuable? So, why is this particular penny so valuable? The value of any coin depends on 3 major factors: rarity, demand, and condition. Let's break it down. Rarity. The 1970 no-mint mark Lincoln penny is rare because only a limited number of these error coins were ever made. The vast majority of 1970 pennies bear a mint mark. The no-mint mark version, especially those featuring a strong double die, is incredibly scarce. This makes it a prized find among numismatists. Error type. Some 1970 no-mint mark Lincoln cents are known to exhibit what collectors call a double die obverse, or DDO. This means the coin was struck with a die that was improperly manufactured, creating a noticeable doubling of the design elements, usually on the date, the word liberty, and the motto, "In God We Trust." Such doubling errors are extremely sought after because they're visible to the naked eye and are a testament to a very specific kind of minting mistake. Condition. As with all collectibles, condition is key. Coins that are in uncirculated or near perfect condition, often graded by services like PCGS or NGC as MS, 65, MS, 66, or even higher, can fetch premium prices. The coin that recently sold for $84,687 was in extraordinary condition, with strong luster and clear doubling. How to identify a 1970 NO Mintmark penny? Now you may be wondering, how do I know if I have one of these treasures sitting in a jar of pennies at home? Here are the key things to look for. First, check the date. It must be clearly 1970. Second, examine the area under the date. There should be no mint mark. If there's a D or an S, it's not the rare no mint mark version. Third, get out a magnifying glass or loupe and look closely at the lettering on the obverse. Look for signs of doubling, especially on Liberty, the motto, "In God We Trust," and the date numerals themselves. If you believe you've found something promising, consider having the coin professionally graded and authenticated. A small investment in professional evaluation can make a big difference if your penny is indeed a valuable variety. Market value and recent sales. Let's talk money. In recent years, these coins have made headlines at major numismatic auctions. In one widely publicized sale, a 1970 no mint mark Lincoln cent in pristine condition with a clear double die error fetched an astounding $84,687. That's not a typo. $84,687. These kinds of figures show just how passionate and serious collectors can be when a truly rare and unique item comes up for auction. Now, that doesn't mean every 1970 no mint mark penny is worth that much. Circulated versions with less visible doubling might bring in $100 to $1,000 depending on condition, while high-grade examples certified by PCGS or NGC as MS 65 or higher can command tens of thousands of dollars, particularly if they show strong doubling. Tips for collectors and sellers. If you're looking to buy or sell one of these rare pennies, here are some tips. Always buy certified coins from reputable dealers or auction houses. Certificates of authenticity and grading reports are essential. If you think you have one, do not attempt to clean the coin. Cleaning can reduce its value dramatically. Store your coins in a dry, protective environment. Coin holders, flips, or slabs help preserve their condition. Use a trusted grading service like PCGS or NGC to get your coin authenticated and appraised. These third-party verifications significantly boost buyer confidence and resale value. Future value outlook. So, what does the future hold for this incredible coin? The market for rare coins continues to thrive. As time goes on and more of these coins are removed from circulation or tucked away in private collections, their scarcity only increases. This natural decline in supply, coupled with growing demand from collectors, investors, and even history enthusiasts, means that the value of the 1970 no mint mark Lincoln penny, especially with doubling errors, is likely to continue rising in the coming years. In closing, the story of the 1970 no mint mark Lincoln 1-cent penny is one of hidden treasures, minting mysteries, and the thrill of discovery. Whether you're a seasoned collector or just someone who checks their change every once in a while, it's coins like these that make the hobby so exciting. The idea that a simple penny could be worth more than a luxury car is not just amazing, it's real. Keep your eyes open, your magnifying glass handy, and who knows? The next great numismatic discovery might be in your pocket right now. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this deep dive into rare coin history and value, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more fascinating stories from the world of coins. Leave a comment below if you've ever found a rare coin or have a story to share. We love hearing from you. Until next time, happy collecting and may your change always bring you treasure. Welcome back, coin collectors. treasure hunters, and lovers of rare American currency. In today's in-depth video, we're diving deep into one of the most surprising and valuable modern U.S. coins ever struck, the legendary 1972 D. Lincoln 1-cent penny. Yes, you heard that right. This small copper coin from over 50 years ago has been known to sell for a jaw-dropping $89,476. And in this video, we're going to explore exactly why. We'll look at its historical roots, minting process, variety details, collector interest, and how you can tell if you're holding a true fortune in your hand. So buckle up, this is the full story of the 1972 D. Lincoln penny that made collectors' jaws dropped. To begin, let's step back in time to 1972. Richard Nixon was president. Gasoline was just 55 cents per gallon. And the Denver Mint was busy striking hundreds of millions of Lincoln cents for daily commerce. Most people gave little thought to these coins, tossing them into their pockets and piggy banks. But hidden among those hundreds of millions of pennies was something far more valuable than anyone realized: a few 1972 D. Lincoln pennies that would eventually become some of the most sought-after coins in modern numismatics. The Denver Mint struck over 2.6 billion 1-cent coins in 1972. That is a staggering number, and it's part of what makes the story so incredible because within those billions, only a few stand out. The majority of 1972 D pennies are worth face value or slightly more if they're in uncirculated condition. However, some extremely rare versions, particularly those that feature high-grade preservation, dramatic mint errors, or doubled die characteristics, have soared in value over the decades. One such specimen, authenticated and graded by a reputable third-party grading company, stunned collectors and investors alike when it sold at auction for a staggering $89 for 76. So, what makes this particular 1972 D. Lincoln penny so incredibly valuable? First, we need to look at the mint mark. The D on the obverse of the coin signifies that it was struck at the Denver Mint in Colorado. Coins from this mint often exhibit sharp, bold strikes and consistent quality, but that also means true anomalies are even rarer. When a mint error does occur, especially one with extreme doubling or striking irregularities, it's taken very seriously by experts. In the case of the most valuable 1972 D penny, the coin stood out due to its flawless condition and a jaw-dropping error. It was struck on a bronze planchet that exhibited almost perfect luster, with no wear, no carbon spots, and absolutely pristine fields. In numismatic terms, this coin was a dream. It received a top-grade designation, possibly MS 67 or higher. The combination of condition, rarity, minting error, and collector demand pushed the value sky-high at a prominent U.S. coin auction. Let's break this down even further. Most pennies from 1972 were made of 95% copper and 5% zinc and weighed 3.11 grams. At the time, these coins were meant for commerce, not investment. But today, high-grade survivors, especially those with eye-popping minting mistakes, can be considered pieces of history. The coin that fetched $89,476 was so rare that only one of its kind had been certified in such a state, making it a one-of-one treasure in the eyes of investors and collectors. Another key factor in the value is the collector market itself. Over the last few decades, demand for high-quality Lincoln cents has soared. People love the story, the design, and the idea that such a humble coin could hold hidden value. If you've ever heard someone say, "check your change," this is exactly the kind of coin they mean. It's still technically possible that another 1972 D. Lincoln penny with similar characteristics is out there, hiding in someone's old coin jar or tucked inside a vintage roll of cents. Let's talk about the design itself. The obverse features the bust of President Abraham Lincoln, originally sculpted by Victor David Brenner and used since 1909. On the reverse, until 1958, the wheat ears flanked the denomination, but by 1972, the memorial reverse designed by Frank Gasparo had become standard. The detailing in both the obverse and reverse played a crucial role in identifying errors. Strong doubling on Liberty, the motto "In God We Trust," and Lincoln's profile are all signs of valuable double-die varieties. While the most famous double-die variety occurred in the Philadelphia-minted 1972 penny, rare errors and extreme grades in the Denver strike have created their own legends. What should you look for if you suspect you have a 1972 D. Lincoln penny that could be valuable? First, examine the coin under bright light or magnification. Look for doubling, especially in the text and portrait. Inspect the coin's surfaces for luster, marks, scratches, and color. If the coin appears virtually flawless and has a strong strike, it's worth submitting to a reputable grading service like PCGS or NGC for evaluation. Now, let's talk about current market trends. As of this recording, the 1972 D. Lincoln penny in top condition with error features continues to gain attention from serious collectors. Prices for ultra-high-grade specimens with unique traits have reached as high as $89,476 and may climb even higher in the future. Auction records, private sales, and demand from investors have kept this coin at the top of many collectors' dream lists. And if you're wondering where to sell a coin like this, the answer is through a trusted numismatic auction house or by consignment with a coin dealer that specializes in rare U.S. coins. You want authentication, maximum exposure, and bidding competition. That's what drives prices to record-breaking levels. To summarize, the 1972 D. Lincoln penny might look ordinary, but under the right conditions, it could be worth nearly $90,000. Its value comes from a rare combination of minting perfection, historical context, limited surviving examples, and high collector interest. If you have one, get it checked. If you find one, hold onto it tight. And if you're hunting for one, keep looking, because treasure like this still circulates. Thanks for joining me for this deep dive into the history, rarity, and market value of the incredible 1972 D. Lincoln 1-cent penny. Be sure to subscribe, like this video, and drop a comment below if you've ever found a rare coin in your change. Until next time, keep searching, keep collecting, and never underestimate the power of a penny. Welcome back, coin lovers and treasure hunters. In today's video, we are diving deep into a truly stunning coin that has shocked even the most seasoned numismatists, the 1987 D. Lincoln 1-cent penny with a Denver mint mark. Yes, you heard that right. One tiny copper-plated coin minted in 1987 could be worth as much as $55,486 today, and we're going to uncover exactly why. Let's start at the beginning with the history of the 1987 D. Lincoln cent. In 1987, the United States Mint continued production of the Lincoln cent, which had been circulating since 1909. That year, over 4 billion Lincoln cents were struck across various mints, and the Denver Mint alone produced a staggering 4,879,389,514 pennies. That's nearly 5 billion coins, so you might be asking yourself, how could a single one of those be worth over $55,000? The answer lies in rarity, condition, errors, and collector demand. Now here's where it gets really interesting. While billions of these coins were made, only a microscopic number have surfaced with extraordinary mint errors or remained in perfect mint state. In the case of the 1987 D. penny that's worth over $55,000, it wasn't just any regular penny you'd find in your change jar. This particular coin was certified in a stunning mint state 68 red by a top grading company like PCGS or NGC, meaning it has a near-perfect strike, flawless luster, and absolutely no contact marks visible to the naked eye. For a coin that old and that mass-produced, this level of preservation is virtually unheard of, but that's not all. Some of the highest value 1987 D cents also show extremely rare mint errors, such as off-center strikes, double dies, or missing layers of copper. Even more shocking are examples that feature incorrect planchets, such as a penny struck on a dime or foreign coin blank. These rare error coins, especially when graded high by professional grading services, can skyrocket in value due to their uniqueness. So let's talk about the sale that stunned the numismatic community. According to auction records, a pristine 1987 D. Lincoln cent graded MS-68 red was sold for a jaw-dropping $55,486. That's over $55,000 for a coin most people would overlook as pocket change. The key here is the population rarity. Very few of these coins exist at such a high grade, making them incredibly desirable to collectors who are hunting for the best of the best for their Lincoln Memorial cent sets. You might now be wondering, how can I tell if I have a valuable 1987 D penny? First, grab a magnifying glass or jeweler's loupe and closely inspect the coin. You're looking for exceptional shine, full red color, no scratches or bag marks, and a sharp strike. If you suspect you might have something special, the next step is to submit your coin to a professional grading company like PCGS or NGC. It's only with expert authentication and grading that you can truly determine its market value. Another thing to keep in mind is the demand for high-grade Lincoln Memorial cents has grown significantly in recent years. More collectors are trying to build registry sets, which means they're hunting for the highest grade of every year and mint mark. That drives prices up dramatically for the finest known examples, like our superstar 1987 D penny. Now, let's talk about current market values. Most circulated 1987 D pennies are worth just 1 cent, maybe a couple of cents if you sell in bulk. However, coins in mint state 65 red condition can be worth between $5 and $20. If you happen to find one that grades MS-67 red, you could be looking at values upwards of $200 to $500. And if you've got the mythical MS-68 red with perfect eye appeal and certified by a top grader, the market has shown it could fetch well over $50,000 at auction. That's life-changing money from a single cent. In summary, while the 1987 D. Lincoln penny may seem common, there is a microscopic fraction of these coins that have become incredibly valuable due to their condition and rarity. Whether it's a flawless mint state specimen or an eye-popping error coin, it's worth checking your old penny jars, coin rolls, or even your childhood collection. You never know when 1 cent could turn into $55,000. So keep your eyes open, collectors. The next rare treasure might already be in your pocket. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and click that notification bell so you never miss another video about coins that could change your life. Until next time, happy collecting and good luck on your hunt for that perfect 1987 D. Lincoln penny. Welcome back, everyone, to the ultimate destination for coin collectors, treasure hunters, and history lovers. The place where we uncover the hidden value in coins that most people overlook every single day. If you're watching this video, you're in for a true numismatic treat. Today, we're taking a deep dive into the story, the mystery, and the current jaw-dropping market value of one of the most surprising discoveries in modern U.S. coinage, the legendary 1998 Denver Mint Lincoln 1 cent penny that recently sold for an astonishing $97,462. Yes, you heard that correctly. That little copper-colored coin that most of us toss into our change jars or pass off as pocket change could potentially be worth a small fortune. But only if you know what to look for, and today, we're going to break it all down for you, from the coin's historical background to its most valuable error varieties and finally, to its current place in the collector's market where it has stunned experts and investors alike. Historical background. Let's begin with a quick look into the origins of the 1998 D. Lincoln 1 cent penny. This coin is part of the beloved Lincoln cent series, which first debuted in 1909 to celebrate the 100th anniversary of President Abraham Lincoln's birth. Designed by Victor David Brenner, the Lincoln penny was groundbreaking. It was the first U.S. coin to feature a real person and set the precedent for commemorative designs in U.S. coinage going forward. Fast forward to the year 1998. The United States Mint in Denver, Colorado was continuing production of the Lincoln Memorial Reverse, which had been standard since 1959. This version of the coin features the side profile of President Lincoln on the obverse and the reverse showcases the iconic Lincoln Memorial Building. The Denver Mint, as denoted by the small d mint mark below the date, struck billions of these coins that year. But among the masses, a few rare and extraordinary errors were born, and that's where the real excitement begins. Why this penny is worth a fortune now, let's talk about what makes this coin so incredibly valuable. Among collectors and coin grading experts, it's widely understood that what transforms a common coin into a treasure is a combination of rarity, demand, condition, and, in many cases, a striking mint error point. One of the rarest and most desired varieties of the 1998 D. Lincoln cent is the doubled die obverse version. This means that during the minting process, the die, which is essentially a stamp used to imprint the coin, shifted ever so slightly during its creation, resulting in a doubling effect. On this coin, that doubling can often be seen most clearly in the inscriptions like Liberty and In God We Trust, as well as in the date 1998. When clearly visible and graded in high mint state condition, these error coins can skyrocket in value, but the coin we are discussing today, the one that reached a staggering value of $97,462, was in pristine condition with a certified grade of MS 68 red by one of the top grading companies. That red designation refers to the coin's original copper coloring being fully intact, with no discoloration or damage. That's exceedingly rare for a coin that's over 2 decades old and has likely passed through multiple hands before being discovered. Moreover, the rarity of this specific error, combined with its near-perfect condition and the intense demand from collectors eager to complete their registry sets or own a piece of minting history, is exactly why the coin sold for such a mind-blowing amount. Current market value. So now, let's dig into the money. The most recent confirmed sale of the 1998 D. Lincoln penny in question took place at a major auction, where collectors from all over the world gathered to bid on some of the finest coins in existence. Bidding started in the low thousands, but as soon as experts confirmed the grade, condition, and error variety of the coin, the room lit up. The final hammer price came in at an unbelievable $97,462. Yes, for a single 1-cent coin. This kind of price tag is not just rare. It sends a message across the numismatic world that these modern era coins are no longer to be taken lightly. They are being appreciated more and more each year, not just for their monetary potential, but also for their historical significance and the uniqueness they represent in a world of mass-produced uniformity. And what's even more fascinating is that other 1998 D pennies are still being found in circulation, coin rolls, and even old collections tucked away in basements and attics. This means that the next person to discover one could literally be sitting on a coin worth tens of thousands of dollars. How to identify a valuable 1998 DPNY. If you're wondering how to spot one of these high-value coins, here's what you need to do. First, grab a magnifying glass or a jeweler's loupe. You'll want at least 10x magnification to see the details. Look closely at the obverse, or the front of the coin. Examine the word Liberty, the motto In God We Trust, and the date 1998. If you notice any doubling, especially if it's crisp and distinct, you may have a doubled die obverse. Next, assess the overall condition of the coin. Is the original red color still bright and vibrant? Are there very few, if any, scratches, nicks, or marks? A professional grading service can help you determine whether your coin qualifies for a high mint state grade, which is a key factor in the coin's market value. And finally, do your research and consider submitting the coin for authentication and grading. The major grading services like PCGS and NGC are your best bet for verifying the coin's legitimacy and helping you determine its true value. So there you have it, the incredible story of the 1998 D. Lincoln 1-cent penny that transformed from a simple piece of spare change into a nearly $100,000 numismatic jackpot. This is a powerful reminder that treasures are often hidden in plain sight, and with a little bit of knowledge, attention to detail, and a sharp eye, you too can uncover them. If you enjoyed this video, Be sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more deep dives into rare and valuable coins that could be hiding in your pocket right now. Drop a comment below if you found any rare coins or if you have a 1998 D penny you want to share with the community. Until next time, keep hunting, keep collecting, and never underestimate the value of a penny.